Right, this is C++ Primer Lesson 1. I'll just bring up the Integrated Development Environment Xcode. This is what we're going to use to write the code for this class. So C++ has been revised into a new standard recently called C++11. Why would we want to learn C++? Well, Unreal Engine is a good example of the reason why I use it, because I can interact with 3D game engine with the 3D game engine through code through my C++. Most game engines are built with C++, and um, why do the website thewiselord.com is basically to show off my art design and programming for video games. So C++ is a low-level language inherited from C. And it's also got the standard library, the C++ standard library for data structures and algorithms. So to get started, there's a few basic elements that you need to know. We're going to look into types, variables, expressions, statements, and functions. How to compile and execute your programs. And eventually we're going to build some sort of bookstore program that will handle ISBN, the number of copies sold of a book, and the revenue generated from each book sale. And we need to cover a few C++ basics before we can start building that. So let's just write a bit of code. I'm just going to pull up my code from I've got a Perforce server on assembler that's got all the code that I wrote for the book, and I'm just cross-referencing it off the other monitor. Just wait a sec. Okay. Int main. Whoops. Main return 0. What's that? Okay. Okay. So all this program does is return a value to the operating system, which is this 0 here. This function here, main, has 4 elements. It's got the return type, which is this int here. The function name, which is main. The parameter list, which is the stuff inside the parens, although it's empty at the moment. And the function body, which is the stuff inside these curly braces here. At the moment, the parameter list inside here is empty. The return type int, this one here, represents integers, and that's a built-in type. The function body, this stuff, well, basically return 0. Inside the function body, so inside these curly braces, you just put a block of statements. So it starts with an open curly and ends with a closed curly. The return type of this function is int, so 0 is an int, this 0 here, this 0, and that's what's returned. Most operating systems, a return value of 0 indicates success. Now we've got types. Types, most fundamental concept in programming, defines content of data and operations possible upon it. So this integrated development environment is called Xcode. If you're on a Microsoft-based system, you'd use Visual Studio, or there are various other companies writing compilers and IDEs for different operating systems. So if I go up here, you can see under Xcode, about Xcode, that's what we're using there, version 7.2. And the thing is that this software is the same thing that's used to write and build the code for Unreal Editor. And I'm going to show Unreal Editor in some of my other videos. That's a fairly impressive game engine, so you can see why people would want to learn C++. In order to compile or build this code, the words compile and build are used interchangeably. You go product here and build, or command B will do the job, build succeeded, and then execute or run, product run there, command R. But this code doesn't actually do anything, so that's fairly pointless to show that. But in a second we'll have some output done to the command line, and you'll be able to see a program running. A program is made up of source files. In this one here I've got main.cpp. This is the only source file in this project. So let's just write another bit of code. I'm just going to tab over to my C++ code on my assembler server again, 1.3. So this time we'll do hash include IO stream int main std cout hello world, and we want a return line there. That's the \n colon to end the statement, and that's it. That's another program. You might have seen that many times before, hello world. Down the road I'm going to show some much more complicated code, so don't lose interest right away. This is going to be some awesome stuff. By default, or basically the C++ language does not define any statements to do I/O. So in order to do I/O, I use the standard library. And IOStream is part of the standard library. The name inside the angle bracket refers to a header, that's this here, IOStream. If using a library facility, you need to include the header. Put all hash include directives at the beginning of the source file. So all these hash includes, all these directives go at the start of the source file. There's an object of type iStream named cin, which we're going to use down the road, and today we're using an object of type ostream named cout. So stdcout, that's of type OStream. An expression yields a result. It's composed of one or more expressions and usually an operator. stdcout uses the left angle brackets. That's an operator to print a message to the standard output. This takes two operands. The double left angle brackets takes two operands. The OStream object on the left, which is stdcout, and the value to print on the right, which is this string literal that's enclosed inside double quotes. We use when we use stdcout, we're using the standard namespace, and that's what std stands for. It's standard. It's an abbreviation of standard, and it's from the standard library. These two colons here are the scope operator. It says we want to use a cout defined in the standard in the namespace std. Sorry. So we're using cout inside the namespace std. And that's basically hello world. So now we'll build it. So Command B, or go up to the menu and do what you did before. Product, build, and then product again and run. And you'll see down here in the corner, that's the output. That's all you get, hello world. Program ended with exit code 0. 0 just means you've returned false to the operating system, saying that you want to terminate the program and close it down. And that's all that program really does. So that's the end of the video. Thanks for listening, guys. I'll see you in the next video.